So welcome again to my class, and in this I'm going to talk about how to derive the saving curve from consumption curve and how to get the other way around. So because consumption and saving, the saving function, consumption function, they come out of the income. They are part of income. So income is C plus S. You can either consume it or you can save it. So if you know how to draw the consumption function curve, you can always derive the saving function also. So let's just do this, go through it. And so here we see so I've made two diagrams here. So first let's take the upper part of the figure, which is a consumption function. So the consumption function is given, and based on that we will build up the saving function. So here can you see CF? Where is CF? Yeah, so CF represents the consumption function, and you know that C is equal to C dash plus BY. That is, what is C? That is autonomous consumption, that is OC, plus BY. So it's variable at the national income, OMR. Now C would be equal to FM. Alright, that means total consumption is taken to be, if M is a full employment income, at that level, at M level of income, consumption will be at OM level of income, total consumption is given as FM. And then autonomous consumption, C dash, is given as OC. I'm sure you can see that, you can spot it out. And B, small b, is change in C upon change in Y, that is DG. DG is change in C, and BG is change in Y. That is the slope. That is, the other name for it is MPC, marginal propensity to consume. And the income is OM. Income is OM. So CF curve is the consumption curve. Each point on this curve shows the income and expenditure combination. For example, at point B, income is OR, while consumption expenditure at this income level is BR. Similarly, at F, income is OM and the consumption expenditure is FM. So now what is the use of this 45-degree line? Drawing this line is helpful in understanding consumption function curve. And the significance of this 45-degree line is that at any point on this line, consumption expenditure exactly equals income. A comparison of consumption expenditure with 45-degree line tells us whether consumption expenditure is equal to or greater than or less than the level of income. We can draw the following conclusions from such a comparison. Now at this point of intersection of C curve and 45-degree line, that is at B in the figure, consumption expenditure is equal to income. The point B is also called break-even point. To the left of the point B on the C curve, the consumption expenditure is greater than income. So as I'm telling you, please look at the diagram and then you can copy it. I mean, you can just transcribe, you can listen to me and write it down. So once again, to the left of B, point B on C curve, the consumption expenditure is greater than income. How much greater is this expenditure is measured by the vertical distance between CF curve and 45-degree line. For example, at point C, consumption expenditure is higher by OC. It means that there is dis-saving by the amount of OC. To the right of B on the consumption curve, consumption expenditure is lower than income. How much lower is also measured by the vertical distance between 45-degree line and the curve. For example, at point F, consumption expenditure is lower than income by EF. It means that there is saving by the amount of EF. Now to sum up, when consumption curve lies above the 45-degree line, there is dissaving. When it lies below, there is saving. And when it intersects 45-degree line, there is neither saving nor dissaving. The intersection point is also called the break-even point. The 45-degree line helps us in locating this break-even point. Now you have to make a note of this, that the consumption curve starts from point C. It starts from point C, just look at that, on the vertical axis and not from the original. It is because of the assumption that there is some minimum level of consumption even if income level is 0. Now let's talk about the saving function. So saving function, it refers to the mathematical relation between income and saving. So we have already studied propensity to save relationship. Now saving equals income less consumption expenditure. Okay. So if we have this consumption expenditure equation, that is C is equal to C dash plus BY is a consumption expenditure equation. Now we can find out the saving equation by deducting both the sides of the equation from income. That is Y minus C is equal to Y minus C dash plus BY, and saving is equal to Y minus C dash minus BY. So saving is S is equal to minus C dash plus 1 minus BY. So in the consumption expenditure equation, B is MPC, therefore 1 minus B in the saving equation is MPS. So we can also express saving equation as S is equal to minus C dash plus MPS Y. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, looks like I have not written the equation, so I'm going to do this in the next class. So we are going to do this particular thing, but the equation, the saving function equation, I'm going to do in the next class.